Alrighty then, so I've had enough of this. My ideas were pretty good, but execution sucked. So the issue was I didn't look up, and you need to do this, learn from me, learn from my mistakes. I didn't look up on the internet to see what Digitrax recommended for the decoder. I just thought that because I had the other one and it worked, that this one would work, and I didn't think anything about it. It's been so many years. As it turns out, Digitrax says, yeah, put this one in. Put a DN136D in, which is a much smaller decoder than the one that I was trying to put in, which was this guy, the one DH126. So you can see difference-wise, it's about a quarter of that size. And I think it's going to work. The issue that I've got, oh, by the way, I blew the motor section out of this, so I'm going to have to send this back. Or the motor, I should say, I didn't blow it out. The motor section gave up for whatever reason. In any case, this decoder, in order for me to put it in, it's got a different pin. It's got a different pin out, even though the pin out is, again, a 9-pin pin out. It's still smaller. It's a smaller what they call JST for this. So what that means is my options are to tear it all apart, cut everything off, start all over again. To do all this, well, I've already soldered here the orange wire I can, the gray wire on the bottom I'd have to take it all apart and do that. So I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to selectively cut the things that I can bond to here, and probably toss this connector. I've got plenty more. There's a lot of decoders where all you do is you plug this in, especially the Athearn ones. You just plug this in, and you've got these kind of connectors all over the place. So I've got plenty of these extra. So this is not a sacrifice here. The real issue is I've got things like this that I've got that I've got shrink tubed, and I've got resistors on there, and it's all good to go. And I'm not gonna start over and solder that again. I'm going to solder up in here somewhere, put a connector on it. So you'll see that as I go. I'm going to do this real time because I want to show you, it's just what it costs for your mistakes. I mean, this was a mistake. One of the other issues I had was there were weights on the inside of both the cab and on the inside of the inside of the shell, and I've taken those out because even though I used my other one, my older one, let me get that. I showed that on a previous, but I'll show it again. This is an older one that I did, and I said, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and put this on and see what happened. Well, it ran, but it made a lot of noise, and it made a lot of noise because this setup right here that I've got is not good. I mean, it touches, so touches the running gear. So even this older one, I said, oh well, maybe it was this shell. I put the older shell on that this belongs to, and it made the same noise. So regardless, I'm going to go ahead and just cut my losses here, and I'm going to go ahead and start into this. So hold on just a minute, and let me think through this here just a second, and then I'm going to start again. I'm going to do this real time for you. Alrighty then, let's get started. Open the package would be good. Yeah. Okay, yeah, we're talking about real time here. Real time. Yeah, takes a few seconds to open the package. Yeah. Hold on. Here it comes. I know you're so impatient. Oh well. There we go. Package is open. All right, now let's put this aside. Get out our harness and our decoder. All right, there we go. And now let's judiciously pick what we're gonna carry over and what we're not. Let's start with the ones that we can resolder. So we can resolder the orange one. Sorry, I just noticed I got a really squeaky chair, and the red one, so that we can cut those. Let's go ahead and cut some of these other ones long. We can cut the blue one long. Again, we're sacrificing this this decoder, and the white one long, or I should say not the decoder, but the decoder. Yellow one long, gray one, and black one long. Okay, so what we're sacrificing is this, which is the connector, 8-pin connector. So, and now we're gonna connect in this, and we just want to make sure that we're not going to have any problems with it. Let's look at where our lights are going. We got one here. We got one here, and we got one that's going to come out and kind of do a funky looking thing like this. And again, notice the black marks, and this is coming up to the black marks, so we're good there. We still have the white, or the red and the black are here connected, and they're in good shape. Want to put them right inside of this, like this and this. And okay, whoops, that whole thing just fell off. Well, that's good. It's kind of a wiring harness, and it's all connected, and then the blue wire is just perfect. All right, good, cool. Let's see, where should we put this? Up front, or in the back here? Well, we can play with it up front here, and if I put this on like this, like that, right? And this is mounted like this. Oh, we could do it. We could do it like right underneath this, like this. That would be cool, wouldn't it? We can put it right underneath this like that. All right. Turn that up and just put it right there. Could be like a little guy sitting in there. Yeah. I noticed on the TCS website they had it up inside of the cab. They had put a decoder up inside of there, and of course there's plenty of room up there to do that if we wanted to. It would interfere with the light. Actually, it wasn't inside of the cab, it was up inside of the hood, and we could do that too. There's not any room between where the light goes and where it's supposed to come out here, so I don't really want to do that if I can help it. Okay, we got to make a commitment here. All right, I'm going to commit to up here somewhere. So that means my wiring and wire harness would go like this, okay? All right, everybody see where I'm going with that. All right, now, with that, again, I don't need the green, right? I don't need the green. All right, so we'll cut that out. I do need everything else. So this doesn't have 9 pins on it. Well, does it? 2, 4, 6, 8. Of which 7 are used. All right, so again, up here, and let's see, do I want to do that? Sure. And if I turn it up like this, I could do that. All right, so we're going to commit to about right there. And what do you think? Should we go ahead and strap it down just so we know where we are? Let's see. Do I need to put white or black and red? Okay, so there's no big lump in this. So we're going to strap it down right like that. Okay. And the black comes out here, and the red goes up along here. All right, let's put a strap right on there, just like that. We got any leftover tape, Captain tape, preferable. Let me clean up what I got here. Hold on. Got a little schmutz on it. All right. Get rid of the schmutz. All right, here we go. Up and over. And where's our gray wire? Oh, it's coming out here. Okay. Well, all right. Let's pull the gray wire out of the bundle here. Okay, there you go. There you go, just like that. All right, now I got the red and black, and everything is like bundled in. And the red wire can go either way. It can go over here or it can go over there. Let's do it in the proper way. We've got the soldering iron is hot and ready to go. All right, we're going to get rid of the green wire. We're going to strip and cut the red wire. All right, so I'm holding on to that. Don't need that at the moment. All right, let's turn this around, lay it up. Red wire. All right, so let's cut the red wire about right there. Again, we want it to go out and down like this, right? I want it to splay down like that. And I'm going to cut it about there. All right, we're going to take a hunk off the end. Soldering iron at around 750, because I'm talking about 750F, because we're gonna go ahead and solder it to this piece of metal, and oftentimes doing it to the metal. I hold this up here so you can see what I'm doing. Again, oftentimes the metal is tougher to solder to, so. Just because of the mass, you got to get the mass hot enough so that it will solder to it. And I'm going to need some, probably going to need some more solder, but we'll see. Oh, maybe not. And there you go. That's the name of that tune. Good, 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 good. So we got one. Right, black. So I got a black coming out here, dangling out here, and then I got another black dangling out here. So these two blacks need to dangle together. So let's go ahead and want to try and miss the. I don't want to have a big lump of stuff hanging out here, but maybe if I turn it back this way, I can do that. So let's, again, thinking about mass. Now I'm thinking about mass and where it goes. Right. So we get one there, get one here. Get those two. Get them tinned. All right, we're going to put them together. Solder these two together. And I'm going to twist them. Twist them together. And then solder them. We'll put your shrink tube over them. Come on, solder, twist together. There you go. Again, I got the soldering iron up pretty high. Don't need it to be that high. And then we're going to cut off the excess. We got too much laying out there, so I'm just going to cut off that little piece. Again, neatness counts here. Neatness counts. We got a little piece of shrink tube. Put over the end of that. There, I got a little scrap. Put over the end of that. All right, go ahead and heat that up. All right, power to the decoder. We're going to go ahead and put the orange wire right directly to the motor. So we're going to do that. We're going to have a little bit of extra on this. We don't want to restrict ourselves too much. Well, we got plenty. We've got plenty. So I'm just going ahead and solder to that. In the past, we soldered to it. We took it off in order to do that. I'm feeling bold right now. Also, I'm kind of PO'd that I have to do this over again, but it's my fault, so I need to get over it. All right, and we're going to go ahead and take this right here. Let's go ahead and tin that. I hope I'm not looking at the looking in the viewfinder, so I don't know if you're seeing this or not. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and put that right on the end of this motor. Try to be elegant with it. I want to twist the end here like this, kink it. There we go. Kink it like that so that it fits in the little notch. Now I got a little piece of it still hanging there from the previous connector. Again, I'm just trying to get it prepped here. Well, that didn't do anything. All right, let's get some solder and get some rosin. Let's try it like that. Well, that kind of worked. More solder, more solder. Again, I can't get this too hot or else I'll destroy the motor, and then I'll really be up the creek here. Okay, that looks like it's good. All right, so now I've got, oh, I don't have the gray wire yet. Okay, get the gray wire in there. So again, we're going to do the gray wire kind of like we did the black wire. And actually we could kind of do it at the same length too. All right, let's cut those two. Again, I want the black wire to go, or the gray wire to go down here. So about right there. Let's cut that piece off the gray wire. So you can see if you've got it, if you got it prepped, sometimes it's faster. I'm just when you are when you're charging people to do this kind of work, you can't really charge by the hour because, well, I estimate how long it takes. I mean, I've done thousands of these, so I pretty much know how long it's going to take, depending upon the engine and the size and what it is that I have to do. So my typical fee for something like this is an hour's worth of work. Now, you know, how much is an hour worth? Well, it depends on your depends on what the market will bear also. Oftentimes you can't, I mean, you can't charge exorbitant amounts of money for something this is kind of mundane. It's not something that takes a lot of skill, but it does. I mean, there is something to be said for what it is that I do, and as you hopefully you can appreciate that what I'm doing is a lot of thought goes into what's going on and how you do it. All right, so we have the motor and the power hooked up there. And so the first thing that I want to do is actually test the decoder and motor and power to make sure I've got all that hooked. So we're going to do a quick motor test. Boy, those are tiny. Tiny connectors. All right, and this is 03, so let me take you down off the stand here, and let's go on over to the workbench. Let's put it on the track. All right, put it on the track. Let's come back. See what we're doing here. It's should be 03. So we're going to loco 3, loco, okay. And it's turning on the power here. Right, this should run. So let's see what's going on. Yep. Okay, so what that verifies to us is that we've got a decoder, and we've got it set up with the motor and power from the track. So we're in good shape there. All right, let's go ahead and now add back in the lights. So we had those all set up as a harness. So again, this should be fairly simple to do this. And the hard part's going to be what? That's right. Putting this sucker back in the shell. All right, so we got that. All right, now first, before we go too far, let's get the gray wire and the black wire like this. Let's get those put underneath the tape. So let's do that. Let's see how we can do that. Let's pull this up first. they're both on that same side. So let's pull this up, right? I'm going to lay those two down right next to the motor here. And again, the gray wire needs to be out of everything, so I did it like that. There you go. All right, now, next step. All right, there's our 3 wires here. Here's our 3 wires here. Okay, it's going to set right like that. Okay, and we can put all 3 wires. Where's the white wire? White wire comes out of here. All right, so the white wire goes. The white wire for the front goes in this direction. So we're going to take the white wire and we're going to fold it back like this. All right, let's start with that one. We're going to fold it back, and we're going to go ahead and merge it up with the old, or with the new white wire. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut those, and again solder, strip and solder, strip, twist and solder, and then band it. So anyways, it takes twice as long. I mean, you know, you're counting how many solder joints you're making, and you're doing it twice. I mean, you know, this is the problem when you make these kind of mistakes. And so you can't charge a customer for this. You really can't. I mean, some might try, but if I was the customer, I would say, no, you made the mistake. You got to eat this. And it's my time. I mean, well, besides it's a connector, right? So connectors they're not $0. Well, and the decoder, you know, if I have to eat that decoder, right? The good news is that it's an inexpensive decoder. It's the cheapest decoder that we have, right? So that's the good news. All right, I'm going to go ahead and solder this up. All right, so there's one. The yellow wire, because the yellow wire here comes straight back, that should be an easy one. The blue is a common, and it goes to here. So let's pull that back up here and cut it right there. All right, let's go ahead and strip that. Come on. These two are different sizes. Well, they appear to be different sizes, but they weren't. As far as the stripper was concerned, they were both the same gauge wire. They seem to have a thicker one. Had a thicker insulation on it. The one that came from the decoder. Well, they both came from a decoder at one point. So interesting that the smaller decoder, the N-scale decoder, had thicker insulation on it than the HO decoder. But okay. Last wire, yellow one, yellow and yellow. So let's see where we are with that. Yellow and yellow, yellow and yellow, How do I want to do that one? I think I want to pull it out from behind the blue wire here. Okay, there you go. Yeah, wire management here is also important, because it's like after I get done, I got to tuck these in somewhere. So, you know, where is the head going to be when I tuck it in? If I cut it right there, right? If I cut it right there, the head is going to be right there. Now that's not a bad spot right there. Okay, I got some room. Now, one of the reasons why you may not want to do that is, notice you got this is short here. If you were gonna put these two together and you had to have some place to put the shrink tube, you got to think about that. I'm still running hot with the soldering iron. Ordinarily, I wouldn't do that. This doesn't require 750. It only requires 350 or so. I'm still running very hot. I just haven't turned it down. It's not hurting anything because I'm doing these in the air. It just makes it a little bit quicker. Yeah, you don't want to get in the habit of running your soldering iron hotter than it needs to be. It's not good in the soldering iron either. The soldering iron itself, you know, wears over time. Alrighty then, you betcha. Now we got all of these connected up. I'm going to go ahead and trim them just a little bit, right, to make sure that we don't have any excess laying out somewhere. Just cut off the end. This one, you know, it's splayed. They didn't quite come together. We don't need all of this extra trash on here. So get rid of some of this trash. All right, now let's go ahead and put some little cadinguses on there. Put that one on there. This is 1/16. We're using 1/16. We could go down and use the 3/32 or 3/64, which is the smallest that we've got. See if that'll work. Yeah, see, 3/64 works fine. So you could use that. Use that on that one there. Okay. Let's see if I got another piece of it hanging around here somewhere. Yep. Got another longer piece here. Now the 3/64 is not going to fit on this because, again, it's splayed out, right? You see that where the two have like been splayed out. Let me get it closer to here so you see how they're splayed out. Well, there's a couple ways you can work on this. One way is sometimes I use a pair of pliers, right, and I push them together like this after they're soldered. Okay, push them together after they're soldered. See if I can get a hold of it where you can see it, right? And squeeze like that to get it kind of round, okay? Yeah, kind of round. All right, now I'm going to take I haven't heat shrunk these yet, but I'm going to take the bigger one, right? The what is this? 1/8 or 1/16. I'm going to use the 1/16 on it, right? And that, did you see that, Papa? I went flying. Okay, the 1/16 will work on that one, right? And then this is the 3/64 will work on the other one. See, just like that. Now I don't need all. I mean, that's too long. I really only need about half of that, so I'm going to cut that up. Save it for something else. And I've been confident so far. Some would say overconfident, since I had to redo this. And again, you're seeing some stuff that ordinarily I just wouldn't tell anybody. I would just go do this. Right? We don't tell people what we do wrong. We just fix it. Right? And he doesn't care because, again, he just wants a decoder in here and he wants it to work, right? All right, now let's test our wiring, right? Before we cinch it up, let's test our lights, make sure they're working. Check our motor again before we go. So I'm going to dismount you from the stand here. Let's go back over to the test. Go to the test stand, turn the power off, track power off. Okay. And let's go out to where we can go and we'll turn it on. All right, we're going to, we still got the system is set up. We're going to turn on the lights. And so we have a light, right? We do reverse. We got the other light. Hopefully you can see that. Right? One light, the other light. All right, and we still have power. Okay, we're good to go now. The only thing that we got to do now is tuck everything in, right? We're going to tuck it all in. So let's take it back over to the stand. Let's see if we can get it right this time, because we're just about home. We're just about finished at this point. All right. I'm going to go in a little bit as we decide how we're going to tuck this in. All right, for sure I have to get these somewhere. They can't be down hanging around here. This guy is stuck. That guy is stuck to this little pad here, and we might put another little piece of tape over it. I don't like to use black tape, just because it's gooey and all that. In this case, I might use it just to make sure that we have good cohesion, right? I don't want that to get into the running gear, so we might even go ahead and tie these together. Right, so we had some piece of wire that we were using earlier to tie those together. I think it's too stiff. We need to get something that's stiff but not that stiff. We could even use something as little as some of this hair wire that we've got laying around here, or we can use some plastic ties. We've done that in the past, so we might do that.